Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Sales Unscripted podcast. This is one of your hosts, Margaret Henney.
Other host, Bryan Neal.
And we're in December, guys. We are at the end of the year, 2022. You can't see me. I'm doing this like very Godfather thing with my hands.
It's the international sign of the end of the year.
End of the year. I don't
Margaret
know why I
has her own sign language. I'm certified in ASL, and I'm also certified in MSL. What is MSL? It's
Margaret. I know.
Margaret sign language.
Okay, I was watching the show the other day. Do you watch the show Mythic Quest? Have you seen this?
I don't watch any shows.
Oh,
you know this.
God,
I don't
you're
binge
so
anything.
cultured.
I'm not cultured. I'm just boring.
No. Well,
I
okay.
watch Discovery stuff. We
There's
talked
this
about this.
incredible character on
What's
there.
the show called?
It's called Mythic Quest,
Okay.
and it's like this company. The idea is it's sort of like not really The Office, but it's like this company, and they do a like this video game.
Okay.
So whatever. Anyway, but one of the characters, Poppy, she does crazy hand signals too. She did one the other day, and my boyfriend and I cracked up because we were both like, "Oh my God, that's something you would do."
It totally
and she did.
is.
She goes.
It is so something
And I
you would
was
do
like,
and you just did
oh,
it.
It's so embarrassing. It's like the double hang 10.
With the tongue out.
With the tongue
I know,
out.
but,
And I was like, that is so something
That
I
is
would do. That's
so something you would
mortifying.
do. You do. Yeah, it's one thing to talk with our hands. People
Mm-hmm.
do that, but you make made up gestures with your hands,
It's
which I
different.
just love. What
It's
we
different.
do, I'll work on in 2023 making a chart for for MSL
God.
for Margaret's.
Oh my
science
God, how
group.
funny would that be? Because you know how there's like
be
those
great.
ref charts where it's like
I do know about the ref charts, but
course
thank
you
you for telling me. Would you say that on purpose? Or did you forget for a second
No, I
what I
knew
did
on
for a
purpose.
living?
But I was trying to think of like, what is this? Is this a safety?
It's a signal. It's a safety. Yes. Yeah, it's also
Yes.
it's a Bengals song too. Walk like an Egyptian. Remember that? You were too young.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? Kind of?
Yes. Walk like
That's
an
good safety. Do you know any others?
Egyptian.
Do you know holding?
In football?
Is
this
holding?
holding?
Good job. Look, Mark, look at you, nice and square too.
Thank
That's
you.
very good. That's very good. Any
Holding.
others?
Mostly the ones that I know are
Your false start. Yep. You don't
but
need
I
a
always-
frown.
I
We don't
always-
need a frown smile
I
on
want
that.
to call it a travel.
That's
I was
for
like
basketball
traveling.
from
I was like,
Indiana.
oh no, never mind.
It's
Let's
basketball.
I'll start.
This is football. That's really good though. I was impressed you knew
Thank you.
holdings. Very, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're doing our topic today is timely. We're doing our favorite gifts of sales
Sales
gifts.
gifts.
What are sales gifts that we've gotten? Because 'tis the holiday season.
Yeah.
But you also don't know, Margaret, something that you don't like at all that I absolutely love. Do you know what this
Is
week is?
putting me on the spot.
Do you know what this week is? Something you hate and I love.
Oh my God, is it your birthday?
It's birthday week. Now it's birthday week on the release date. So not the day of, but it's the week. And I do birthday week and I love my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Almost.
Almost. It'll be, when this releases, it'll be 6 days away.
See, I like other people's birthdays.
See?
This is fine.
That's great. You don't
I
have to
can
like
do
your birthday.
this.
It's
Okay,
cool. We
okay.
can all like your birthday as people who love and support you and
That's
like you
so
and all that
sweet.
other stuff, but you don't have to like that. But I like mine, and I
Yay.
love mine. It's really fun.
Oh, I'm so okay.
So-
That's great.
So these are gifts. So, and it's funny when you get older, you'll recognize this too. Your birthday's more about like just being with people you like and love, and less about the stuff. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's just really great. I did cry at work today. I'll show you why.
I cried at work this week.
Did you cry at work?
Yeah, but
I
not
did
for,
too.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
cried.
big crier.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
feel big
sappy
feelings.
crier.
Yeah.
So I got this from my daughter Anna, who's a junior in college. She said, "Good morning. Today is the first day of Dad December."
Oh, she knows you
She
love
said, "Like junk-free January and sober October." I know how much you love these things. So for Christmas and your birthday, I'm going to send you a special message, thoughtful or a favorite memory every day for Dad December, day one.
Amazing.
How great is that?
I'm not crying.
So I just
You're
put,
crying.
I said, these tears aren't because I'm sad. So I sent a happy crying emoji. She's just the best.
Man,
Isn't that
that's
sweet?
really
That's sweet.
thoughtful.
So,
Talk about a great gift.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. And in college, you know what I mean? Just so thoughtful.
That's
So
awesome.
lucky that way. She's such a great kid. All my kids are
cool.
great kids. So that was just really
You
special.
do have really
So,
good kids.
these are great gifts. So those are the kind of gifts I like to give.
Yes.
So we're going to turn our attention to some sales gifts. So what are some sales gifts? Now, I've been doing the sales gig a while.
I know.
A long time. We've never done this, have we?
No.
How old was Margaret when Bryan got his first sales job?
Oh, God.
Bryan's first sales job
I'm
as
gonna
an
have to
intern.
Wait, let me get out my
was
calculator.
in June. I started in June. I probably started in May, actually.
Calculator.
May of
Yes.
1991. Tell me you're not doing math.
I had
based
to. I'm
on the
sorry.
day you're born.
Shut up.
What?
I was 7 years old.
I just use a fucking calculator to figure that out.
Listen, I was an
When were you
artist,
born?
not a
When were you born?
mathematician. 84.
You couldn't figure out when I said 1991 minus 1984.
Listen,
that was
it's
7.
not that I couldn't. It's that it causes me less stress to have the calculator just as a backup.
You seem very stressed now.
Now I am, because I just got called out about what a terrible person I am at
Not
math.
a terrible person. It's intriguing to me of someone that
Listen.
deals in business and stuff that you need to calculate. I appreciate the calculator. Believe me, I like to check the math. Anyway, so you were 7. You were in Girl
7
Scouts?
years old. No, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I was in 4-H. Does that do anything for you?
Did you sell anything in 4-H? Did you sit behind a little thing and like you make fudge and shit like that and sell it at the fair?
No, not really.
Or like,
God, what did I do? I sewed things. I made cookies.
Okay, that's nice.
But
You
it was
didn't sell
like,
the cookies?
No, it was like for a competition. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
did
like
you win
follow
anything?
this little book. Actually, yes. Thank
What
you
did
very
you win?
much.
You're welcome.
Well, at my county fair, White County Fair,
White
I
County,
had grand champion winning Snickerdoodle cookies.
No way. Did
yes,
you really?
And they went to the state fair.
Let's go.
I know, isn't that funny?
You went to, yes. That's,
Yes,
so for
grand
those of
champion.
you listening who aren't familiar with 4-H or state fairs like we are in the Midwest and Indiana, that's a big fucking deal.
I know. I got like
a lot of F-bombs today from Brian. I don't know why.
I like it. The purple ribbon and everything. I know. I was very, very proud.
That's legit.
Thank you.
So do you make those anymore?
I do. Yeah. Snickerdoodles are incredible.
Well,
They're the best. I'll make some for you.
Would you please? Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
Yep.
That is impressive.
Thank you.
It's a hard cookie to make.
I know. Well,
Isn't it,
okay.
though?
See, now I've redeemed myself after I can't use
Why?
the freaking calculator.
It's okay.
Make good cookies.
Stay in the positive lane here.
Wait, okay.
Right?
I need you though to tell me a little bit more about what you mean by these sales gifts, because so
Of course,
this was
I got you.
your
I got you.
topic, which
Yes.
I'm going to also participate in, of course.
I love it. Yes.
But I'm like, what do you mean by gifts? So you start.
Okay, so think of things that we have either learned the hard way and you now have changed your sales behavior or philosophy as a salesperson. Think about something you've learned in a good way. I'm glad and it could be anything from an idea. It could be a phrase. It could be a technology tool. It could be anything that to you, if I said, here's a list of Margaret's greatest sales gifts she's ever received, I'll do the same thing. I've got birthday and Christmas, so that sort of thing.
Okay,
Do you want me to go first with one? Do you see what we're doing now?
You go first, but I've got lots of great ones.
I'll start with like a very like tactical, easy one from the tech stack. One of the greatest sales gifts I've ever received is Crystal Nose.
Yeah.
Crystal Nose, which I believe I've mentioned on the show in the past, but zero affiliation. People think I talk about them so much that I'm like an owner or investor or something. I'm not. I can't even
Maybe
get the
you should
CEO
be.
to call me back to be on my
You
other
can't?
podcast. No.
Oh my
anyway.
God.
But I'm a huge fan. This is a tool, Crystal Nose, CRYSTAL, KNOWS. A great preparation tool, tells you by disc profile on someone's LinkedIn profile how to talk to them. Gives you playbooks, multi-threaded playbooks with multiple people, how they interact, how to email them, what to say, what not to say. Phenomenal tool. Great gift. Crystal Knows.
Oh, I love that. That's a really good one.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Okay, what's one of mine? Okay, so this one isn't like as tactical necessarily. Maybe it is, but I learned so much from being in the same room as other salespeople on a sales floor.
Oh.
So especially, I want to give a shout out to Dustin Baumus at our company, who is our top salesperson always, and for good reason. But like, when you move, and this is something I want to bring up because like, yeah, I love being remote. I love being able to work from home and having that flexibility. But I am telling you, if you are in sales, if you can get around other salespeople in your company just to hear, especially when you're new, what they're talking about, how they handle objection, how they're starting their conversations, any of those things, you are a sponge. Like you just pick up so much. I mean, the sales gifts were overflowing when I got to be around other people just on the same sales floor as them, hearing what they were talking about.
That's great.
Yeah. So
I bet you're in the minority with that thought.
you think so?
It's amazing to me. And I'm like this. I was in an open floor, open air sales culture at one point, and I hated it.
Oh, really? Why?
Because I always felt like I was being judged. I felt like people would judge how I was talking, what I was saying.
Yeah.
And they don't because they're doing the same thing. And even if they do, that would be helpful to say, hey, man, I just listened to your call. It sounded like complete horseshit. Like, thank you. So let's make it better. But I was afraid of that. So I'd talk real quietly and hide. I'd go in the conference room and make calls. And people do that. People go, they don't like the open air thing. That's a great way to think about that. To gift and remotely,
you learn so much from other people,
Yes,
and they'll pick
I
up
know.
from you. Like,
It's
what
awesome.
a gift to be a teacher to other people too. When you think you're just like in your lane doing your thing, if you've got newbies around, by just doing your thing in front of them, that is a huge gift.
That's bravo.
They can soak that up. So
is bravo.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm going to talk about next a couple of negative ones.
Okay.
So the next gift that I'm going to say that I received that was a great sales gift was the gift of cold calling to sell sales training. and it was
God.
awful. Awful. Pre-computers, pre-email. The only way we got to people was picking up a phone book.
Yeah.
Millennials, Google it, phone book.
Phone book.
Gen Z millennials know what phone book
funny.
is. And calling people and hoping that you catch them and trying to get through the gatekeeper on the phone. And it was so hard. And then you're selling sales training.
Yeah.
So then it's like, you better be good at this.
Yeah, you gotta kill it.
And what a grind. And a grind and getting hung up on. And it was brutal. But you know what? If I could do that, I could friggin' sell anything anyway. Yeah. No doubt in my mind.
Is that what you feel like you really learned from it? Was 100%. Just like that resilience? Like, if I can do
100%.
This, I can friggin' do anything.
Yes. Yeah. My first job at Procter & Gamble, while it was a sales job, really wasn't. It was a route account management job because we knew all the customers and they already bought all this stuff. I was just trying to have them buy a little bit more.
Yeah.
But this was cold ass call, never heard of you, quick to the point, tough stuff.
Yeah.
And if you've never been, and a lot of us haven't, in an SDR, BDR role, or we've elevated past that, or we're in a big company where I've already got a territory. Here's your territory, your customers. Yep. You need to flex that muscle a little bit. Now, I don't endorse. I actually don't teach people to make cold calls because of the lack of leverage. But there's something valuable in the character development that doesn't sales character development.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
totally.
Eesh.
Cutting your teeth, man.
It's just a thing, isn't it? The first person that said yes to me, I'm like, I finally call, like 6 weeks. Finally got this architect guy. This guy owns an architecture firm in India. He's like, yeah, I'd love to talk to you. Sure, come on out. I'm like, sweet. Drive out to this place. I look at the address. I go, and all of a sudden I'm on this back country road in this little town outside of Indianapolis called Zionsville, which is a nice town, but I'm in the outskirts of it. And I go and pull, and it's just someone's house in the woods. I'm like, this guy must work out of his house.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, come on in. We go upstairs. He's like, hey, thanks for coming on. He goes, a couple quick questions before do you ever go to the grocery store? I'm like, well, yeah, I used to work for P&G, but yeah, I go. Yeah. He goes, how would you like to never go to the grocery store again?
Oh.
And he pops in a videotape, and it was an Amway pitch.
No.
The first guy that said yes to me was a fucking Amway pitch, and I was so nice and scared. The first guy I ever got, I'm like listening, and I'm like, okay, do I leave? And it was videotape, like
you
VHS.
God.
Dude, it was awful.
Oh, what a terrible bait and
See?
switch. Shame on him.
This is a gift, though. This is a gift. Like I said, if I can do that, holy cow, I can walk into any sales manager, VP of sales, like, hey, been there, man.
Yeah.
I know what it's like.
Oh, that's so true.
That's
okay,
Go.
When you said you were doing more like account management too, where
Yes.
you're just trying to get them by a little bit more,
Yes.
I actually did that at Angie's List as well. So I did my stint at Angie's List. If you are in the Indianapolis area and you've done sales, you've probably done a stint at Angie's List.
Or you know
what I mean? Or you know someone who has.
Two places removed. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
exactly. So, and there were lots of good and lots of bad things about it, like lots of jobs. But one of the things that I felt like I learned that was a gift is, and maybe not, blaming anybody, but there were, you get deals, then it's your job to renew and upsell, whatever.
Yep.
So many people were just trying to, they didn't have great intent. They were just trying to get their numbers and move it on to the next person and have it be their problem. And I realized when people are a bad fit, I was like, dude, now that sucks for me and it sucks for them because I have to have the conversation like, you can't just punt that down the road. And so I felt like as a salesperson that really instilled in me how important great intention is, and knowing that, hey, like this is actually good for the customer rather than just being like, whatever, I don't care. I just want to get the sale. That reflects poorly, and it has really bad repercussions for your whole team. And that breaks trust in the team. And, I don't know. I felt like that really helped me to learn how important it is to want to sell good deals, not just anything, not just the numbers.
This is the signal for the day. Margaret is doing her it's December signal, which is also the international signal for it breaks the team apart.
It breaks down. I know. I think it's because I ate pasta today. So.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll make you a deal you can't refuse.
Wait. You're an actress.
Yeah.
Are you not an accent person?
No. Did you just hear it?
Yeah, I did. Are you not an accent?
No.
This is
you
a thing. Which one? Give me one.
I'm making him an offer he can't refuse.
And make it the pasta.
No, I just did The Godfather. What do you think we're doing right now?
I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, my God.
We just shorted out the ears. I've never seen The Godfather ever. I haven't.
Well, then that's why you think my accent's not good. You need to watch The Godfather and go back because I just nailed that shit.
We're going to put that up for debate, I think. Did Margaret just nail The Godfather? I said, I'm not sure. I love what you said, though. And I work with CS teams, and there are a lot of like things that they're wonderful, and there are a lot of things they struggle with. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest causes of their struggle are salespeople selling bad deals just to make their numbers. The CS teams inherit that, and shame on us as sales pros. We got to be better than that. Have to be. That's really good. That's really, really good. Okay, my next gift that I learned very late in my career at the age of 32, but it was very late, is the gift of a really strong, well-intentioned personal network. I never, because Procter & Gamble, where I started, and in college I wasn't taught this, and then I went to my first job in P&G, and there was nothing taught about networking or connecting. Not a thing ever.
Oh, man.
And again, pre-computer, so you're not like, there's not like websites and blogs and podcasts to listen to. And so I just never learned it. I didn't have to because I went to P&G, and at that time there was still the idea of you'd be at P&G your whole life. So I didn't know how to do a network. And then I left, and then I got into business with one of my buddies, and then we're selling stuff, and I still got no network. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh. So I met a guy, Bill Caskey, who I do my other podcast with.
Yeah.
I went, when I was first starting to work with him, we'd go to like Patachou Cafe. It's a little really nice breakfast shop here in Indianapolis. We go in there, and hey Bill. I'm like, how do you know all these people? He's a client, he's a friend, neighbor. I'm like,
wow.
That's how you do it. And then I just started paying attention. I'm like noticing like, oh my gosh, I don't have one of these. So I had to go make one. And God bless it. What a great gift. The gift of a well-intentioned personal network. Beautiful.
Oh, and that like doubles down too, because then it's like you have these wonderful relationships.
Yes.
And then
you feed it and give to
exactly.
it too. Absolutely.
Yep. That's awesome.
So rewarding. Do you have any more gifts? Sales gifts?
Wait, I was thinking of one, and then I was like, no, I have to pay attention. Stop thinking
We made rules
about...
we can't say each other, because that's what we were going to say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's true. We do have such a great partnership.
This thing, it's awesome, isn't it?
I told you you're going to make me cry.
Well, it's awesome, though, isn't it?
It's awesome. I love it. This is actually, I told Derek, I was getting ready. I was like, ooh, I get to go do the podcast, and I'll see you later, because I was working at home.
Yes.
And I was like, I love that I always say, like, I get to go do the podcast with Bryan.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, I love it. Fun. It's my favorite thing I do.
I love it.
So.
I love it. That's very sweet.
Wait, I had another one that I wanted to share.
You.
I know. Yep. And this is a double down gift as well. So a gift of testimonials. And asking for them, because one, it's a gift because I love to know that the people that I work with, like that what we've come up with together is making a difference for them.
Yes.
Like, of course, that drives me. I love it. And sometimes depending upon what kind of sales deal you're in, like maybe you're super connected to them, maybe you're not afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe you kind of see those, like they just go away and on to the next person. So asking for those feels so great because you get to get them, and then you get to like also use them out as well. And I don't know. I just feel like they're great for me. They're great for them as well, because it gives them, if you're like, hey, would you mind like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. Would you mind just like reflecting on like what's been good for you about using co-video, or about working with me or working with the team? And that gives them a chance to like reflect on it as well.
Yes.
And I don't know. There's just, I love a good testimonial.
You do.
It makes me feel good inside.
So if anyone's listening, wants to give
send me a testimonial.
Margaret something, don't give her anything for her birthday, but for Christmas.
Yeah.
You
No,
celebrate
for Christmas
her.
is fine.
You're
Love
on?
it.
Good.
Love it.
Done.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. I got so many gifts that we've got. So many. My last one, though, I'm going to say is I have the gift of being able to choose who I work with.
Oh.
That's a gift.
That's
and most people don't
one.
have that, and I do. And I'm talking internal and external. Everything from this, getting to choose to do the podcast with you, getting to work with my team BZ. My wife's our CEO. That's a blessing. And then my clients. I said it earlier. Were we recording? We were, but it was pre-show.
Yeah.
We were talking about, oh, you guys are assholes. I just don't work with any assholes. I just don't. I don't know why. It just, I'm very, very lucky. That's a gift that I get. And I do think there's a conscious choice to be made at some point in your career that's how you're going to roll. You're only going to work with people that you really want to work with, that lift you up and inspire you and challenge you and all that other stuff. And if you're a salesperson listening to this, you have more choice over that than you think you do. You have more choice over that than you think you do. And I'd have everyone ponder that. And
do you think when you made that choice that it like also changed, like, do you think it made you you better as well, or just happier?
I think just different.
Yeah.
I think just not happier or better, just different. And when you're different, then you're different, and you're going to get different things. And that's what I think happened. This is once you just choose, like, yeah, they're just not my people, and I can let that go, and then space gets filled, and then it all just piles on. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
So, okay, your job as a listener is to go catalog your gifts. You've got sales gifts, because when you do this, you hear some of ours like, oh, that's interesting, or you don't have one of those gifts. You're like, I don't have the gift the network gift or the testimonial gift. And then you go get it. You can go ask for it. Put it on your Christmas list. Or your
And
list
think about the gifts that you do have too, because it's also the season of gratitude. And I feel like that's a good way to like get your wheels turning. I didn't mean to say that, but I love that you hate that phrase now.
I don't hate the phrase.
Hate it.
Just when we were recording, it was just in an awkward spot.
He hates it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's just my Beavis and Butthead brain kicks in. It's not okay.
So think about the gifts that you already have and the ones that you guys want, and go after them. And I hope you guys have a happy holiday season.
Happy birthday to me.
Oh, happy birthday,
Merry
Bryan.
Christmas to you. Cheers.
Yes. Okay,
All
bye,
right,
guys.
Bye.